It's your girl Kyrie B coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love is Blind Season 8, Episodes 7 through 9. So basically in these episodes, we're starting back off where we left off with Daniel and Taylor. Taylor suspected that Daniel knew her from Instagram. So they had a chat, they talked about it. One of the producers or whoever came, who works on, behind the scenes, came in and was like, hey, Taylor, if you want to get the answers you need now, I'll give you your phone right now. She gave Taylor the phone, basically, try to look through up. I think she had like a little unfollow list. So she was looking through her unfollowers, trying to find Daniel's name. She scrolled for like maybe a minute or two. She didn't find anything, basically gave back her phone. Apologized to Daniel. She's just like, I really had to know. But Daniel was very calm in the situation. Like, he wasn't like defensive. He was just like letting her get to her answers and whatnot. He was just like, if you want to go home, we can go home. If you want to go to Honduras, we can go to Honduras. They ended up going to Honduras, but Taylor was wrong. Taylor, did not find no Daniel in her Instagram following. So yeah, with that being said, that whole storyline, there's actually 5 couples, because I really thought that couple was done. Like, you don't, accuse somebody of basically cheating the system of Love is Blind and basically having a sit down talk about it. Because I really thought it was a donezo between them. But I guess the producers or whoever was really wanting to have that on screen or on camera, because this is the 8th season. Last season, there was a lot of outside noise, a lot of outside situations where in the previous seasons, somebody knew somebody from, outside life or before coming into the pods, they cheated the system. The things that happen on social media that you find out this person have, already a wife and kids or whatever, So I guess they're trying to dot their I's and cross their T's with this whole situation, letting them, figure out what's going down before they continue on in this process. So I guess that's what the producers are trying to do, or try to show on camera, hey, we're letting the contestants, get all the answers they can get right now. We're not forcing them to continue in this process. If they don't want to continue in this process, they're doing it on their own free will. So anyways, Taylor and Daniel are still a 5th couple. So, good for them. There is 5 couples moving on to the honeymoon stage. So episode 7 was basically just the honeymoons. I mean, I think all of the couples were just basically sinking into their environment of just being outside of the pods with their person, trying to adapt to their person on the outside. We have Dave and Lauren basically trying to get comfortable, talking about it. It seemed probably a little awkward, but it is what it is. Your first time really seeing and trying to connect with a person on your honeymoon, so it's kind of a little weird. Devin and Virginia basically connecting. They about things, whatever. Joey and Monica connecting, Ben and Sarah connecting, all that. That was basically all of episode 7, just basically their honeymoons. Episode 8, I think it was still honeymoons. Episode 7, the honeymoon episode was just so short. Wow, we spent 6 episodes in the pods, 1 singular episode in Honduras. The end of the episode 7, they basically, all the couples met up with each other. In this episode, you have Dave basically asking all the girls if them and their couple basically went to the next step in the relationship, of getting together. And they're all no, we didn't do anything. I think Ben and Sarah was they did stuff, but they didn't really do anything like that. Whatever. So he just basically asking them hey, did you guys really jump to the next step? And they're just no, we're just basically just, trying to connect with each other one-on-one, because we just saw each other in person just a couple days ago or a week ago, whatever, how long their honeymoon trip was. I think it's a week. So basically everybody's on the same page with that aspect. They had a little chat. Nothing was too crazy with the couples meeting up with each other. So it is what it is. Yeah, so basically there is that. By episode 8, they were basically going back to Minnesota. Talk about Daniel and Taylor. With Daniel and Taylor, the situation is that Taylor's family was a little bit more kind of like a little pushed back with the whole like, they're gonna get married in the next 4 weeks. So, or her mom more so. Her father was really like just chill about it, but her mom was kind of just like, I really wanted to be a part of this, like, and it's like happening so fast. Daniel's like parents and family was like really well receiving of Taylor. Like, it was really like a nice meeting, nice family gathering. If this is what they both want, like, it was very nice and sweet. Like, Daniel has a blind sister, and it was just like sweet to see, like, her sister seeing the aspect, like, you guys want to marry each other before even seeing you. Like, you said yes to a marriage and whatnot before even seeing. And like, his sister's actually really blind, so she was like very touched by that. So their meeting was very fine. Then they met Taylor's parents, and her mom was a little bit off put by it, but she came around. She liked Daniel. Daniel later on asked for their blessing. They both said yes, and it was kind of nice. Like, this is like the first time I ever see like a parents, like Daniel's parents, actually pull up to Taylor's parents' house, and like they were like knocked on the door and like opened the door, and they like both parents to parents, they both met each other, and they were just like, what, these are adult children. This is their decision, at the end of the day. So if they want to continue with this experiment, let them do it. But it was a really nice experiment. Like, I feel like they're very, after that little speed bump in the beginning, I feel like they're going very well. Like, as a couple, relationship, whatever, I don't really see anything going too bad for them at this point. So I feel like this is probably the most stable couple. The next couple is Devin and Virginia. Devin and Virginia were just chatting, whatnot. They went to Devin's place. He buys a lot of shoes. He was a former basketball player. Like, he has a lot of Nikes, Air Force Ones, whatever. Go to Virginia's place, and, she was talking, and she was basically saying, like, she wants to be a millionaire later on in life, by investing and whatnot. She later brings up that she wants to have a prenup because just so to be safe in case anything goes wrong. Like, that's just basically like there just in case anything goes wrong, that she'll get to leave with her stuff, he gets to leave with his stuff, and if they did go 50-50 on certain things, then they can split it at the end. So I guess he was taken back by it, the prenup situation, because usually there's like a lot of negative connotation to a prenup, because it's just like, oh, you don't trust me, the trust situation, or you think things are going to go bad, or whatever. But yeah, he was kind of taken back by the prenup situation. They later on meet Devin's parents and his siblings. So they were talking about kids. I mean, Devin's 28, Virginia's only 33. He's gonna turn 29 later on, so it's really just a 4-year age gap at most, because she just turned 33, so he's gonna turn 39 later on, so it's really more like a 4 age gap. Anyways, that's about kids. Basically, it's like a 2 to 5, 2 to 6 type thing. Basically, when she brought the prenup, but the mother basically was kind of like fine with it. Like, the prenup is just basically there as a precaution. Like, you can tell that Virginia really cares about Devin, so on and so forth. So she wasn't really too worried about it, but I guess the sister and Devin was a little bit worried about it. But Devin was just like, at first, but like now I'm kind of like fine about it. And that's really about it. I mean, just a prenup. Devin, he basically said that he had debt from like school or his medical bills or whatever, something like that. And, she was just like, we're going to work as a team 50-50. Basically, we're going to be there for each other. They brought up the whole fact, like, if he's sick or he doesn't have a job, like, what are you going to do? But she's like, I'm going to fill in the gaps where he can't fill in, and he's going to fill in he should be able to fill in the gaps where I can't fill in. Basically, it's supposed to be working as a team. Like, right. Be there in sickness and health, be there at your lowest points, whatever, marriage. That's what you're talking about. So the prenup basically is their biggest thing that I feel like is going to be a problem later on, but is what it is. The next couple is, Joey and Monica. Joey and Monica, they went to Monica's house, met Monica's family, whatever, met them. Monica was later talking about to beforehand. She was talking to Joey about, like, you know, the sock situation, like having a sock jar, and he was just like, so you just wear anybody's socks? And it was kind of so funny because the camera was just keep on panning on Monica's feet. Like, she was barefoot and you can see like dirt under her feet, and I'm just like, why would you keep on focusing on her foot, knowing good and well it's like kind of dirty? Anyway, and she's talking about like the socks, like, you know, she just has like a communal sock bucket, like she just wears the socks. Like, he just like, well, don't you want to have your own sock drawer? Like, don't you want to have your own? And it was just kind of like a little funny thing between them, whatever. Comes to the house, meets the family, whatever. Mother and father likes Joey. Sister, not so much. We later find out that Monica's sister, who was currently with her partner, used to chat online to Monica. So anyways, they were just having a little kiki haha fun there, and he was just like bringing it up, like, oh, you know, because now the sister and brother are dating now, or being together now. So it was just like little kiki haha fun. Then basically they talk about the sock bucket or whatever, and he like Monica showed him everything, whatever. So then Monica's sister had like a little one-on-one conversation, and she was just like, you know what, like, it's kind of like interesting, like, he's not your type, and like you would really go for the Italian guy or like whatever. And I'm just like, let's be real, Monica's sister. But anyway, but she's like, oh, he's not your type, and like his personality seems like he just wants to be like a, you know, says everything that somebody wants to say, whatever. And she's like, oh, you're getting married before me. Like, I'm 5 years older than you, and you're getting married before me. I'm supposed to be the one getting married. Like, I didn't think this would happen. And I'm just like, it really comes off as bitter or jealous, just a bit. Because, I mean, it really got to look at the whole relationship situation. Like, I mean, granted, yeah, they were just talking, whatever. And, you know, she might have said, like, oh, you know, he would be more suited for her sister, whatever. Is what it is. But then when you go say, like, I'm 5 years older than you and you're getting married before me, then I'm just like, it's really not a competition. It's not a competition, Monica's sister. Like, it's really not. But, like, you know, and saying that you don't really approve of him, like, I don't really like him, basically like that. It's kind of, like, not looking good. Like, do you not want to see this relationship work? Like, and then later on, when Monica and Joey were talking about it, like, he already peeped that the sister didn't like it. He was just like, this is something I did, this is something I do. Has she ever approved of any of your relationships prior? And she was like, no, she never approved of any relationship I had prior. So it's kind of like, why do you think she never liked any of your past relationships? And she doesn't know why. And it's just like, he's like, I think it's coming off a little jealous. And I mean, he probably clocked that tea, because I'm just like, it is coming off a bit jealous. Like, you know, if the parents approve, why can't the sister get on board? I mean, what's tea? But we'll just have to see where it goes. I mean, because granted, it is her sister having a problem, and her sister is a big part of her family. So, you know, would that jeopardize where they go forward? Then we have this Dave and Lauren situation that's going on. Dave, I guess, finds out from his friends that Lauren was with this guy prior to getting into the pods. Lauren told Dave that she wasn't really in a relationship with this guy. It was a very casual thing. They just meet up, whatever. It was nothing serious. She never even brought him to her friends. It's just some guy she met on a dating app. That's it. But the guy, Dave, has connection through his friends to this guy. And they find out that the little apartment that they're in currently now, the guy lives there too. And I guess the guy was reaching out to Lauren, I guess, as well, after they got their phones back. So it was all of that happening as soon as they got back to the apartment. So he was having problems with it. Lauren keep on telling him, like, me and this guy never had a relationship. Like, it was just a casual situation. I wasn't even with him the week before filming, and I don't understand why we can't move past that. He's just like, how do you move from, you know, dating casually to wanting to get married? Like, he just kind of like, you know, he's like saying like he wasn't in a relationship for 4 months himself, or 4 to 6 months, whatever, and he just kind of like can't get past to Lauren, how Lauren was in a relationship prior to getting on the show, and now she wants to be married to somebody. So, Lauren and him met Lauren's friends. Lauren's friends try to tell him that, like, well, Lauren never brought this guy around, like, and we are her best friends, and she would always bring some, like, whoever she's dating around us and hang out with us, and she was really in a relationship with him. This guy wasn't a proper relationship with Lauren at all, like, and he even reached out to one of the friends and DM'd and told one of Lauren's friends, do we want to break up that relationship or that wedding? That's what he said in a DM, that according to her friend. So I'm just like, you can tell that this guy is just really, looking for some TV time. Like, he's not serious. But anyway, because Dave's friends, and I guess Dave's sister is putting some input about Lauren and this guy from previous relationship or whatever into the mix, like, he's just like, oh, I can't move past this. I really don't really know what to say. I mean, if Lauren is not in a relationship with this guy, wants nothing to do with this guy, I don't know why that matters. I mean, at the end of the day, Lauren's gonna be married if you guys continue. Like, Lauren wasn't in a relationship with this guy. It shouldn't matter. I mean, yeah, your friends have some mutual connections with him, but it shouldn't matter. Granted, Dave values his sister's opinion very much, because he says that his mother has passed, so his sister is basically his rock, his anchor, whatever. So whatever his sister says, he takes it into like a very high account. So he, I guess, couldn't move past Lauren being with somebody prior to the show out of his head. And so there was like a big situation about it where Lauren's just like crying and like basically saying like, why can't we move past this? Well, it's about that whole situation, which is really like taking a dip in their whole relationship, which is like really not great at all, but it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. So then we have this whole Sarah and Ben situation where Sarah basically finds out that Ben was basically kind of mentioned indirectly in a TikTok video about how Ben basically manipulated her in a relationship or whatever, and she was crying in the video. So Ben basically saying like, oh, this is from 4 years ago. I haven't spoken to this girl in over 4 years. I don't know why she's doing that. She's basically lying on me, whatever. And she's like, well, Sarah's just like, well, I'm gonna take your word for now, but if I find anything later on about this girl and you and this girl, like, I'm not gonna trust you. So with saying that to say, Ben has his secrets, whatever's going on about it, I don't know. Now, the preview, we're still waiting on this whole pod meetup situation happening where, we have Madison basically saying how Mason is a liar to Meg. Devin seems like he's saying like, oh, it's very easy to talk to Brittany, which might be a little red flag to Virginia. You have Dave talking to Molly. Molly asked him point blank, like, have you took the next step in the relationship? And he's just like, he basically thinking back, like, he basically haven't. And she's like, it's been that long, wow. And I guess he's like texting Molly in the middle of the night. So it seems like Molly might be Dave's rebound situation. I don't know. He might be trying to take a dip out on Lauren and go to Molly, which will be really messed up. But we will have to see how that goes. I mean, in the preview, I did not see any Dave and Lauren. All that, Lauren tried to text Dave the night before the wedding, and Dave's phone was basically off, like wasn't going through, was green, whatever. And so she's just like, that's kind of like a little suspect. So I don't know what's going to happen. It seems like Dave's and Lauren's relationship is tanking. I mean, if they do end up in a marriage, that'll be very surprising. Monica and Joey, the whole sister situation might take a toll on their relationship. And she's like saying that how Joey's not really in the relationship anymore. I don't know. Maybe that might be the case. But I see Monica saying at the end in the preview to get her out of there. So it doesn't seem like they're going to get married either, which is kind of like surprising too. But we'll have to see. Devin and Virginia, I mean, if they can move past the prenup situation, I feel like they'll be fine and they'll most likely will get married. Daniel and Taylor, I feel like they're probably the most solid right now. Ben and Sarah, I don't know. We'll have to see. But that was episodes 7 through 9 of Love is Blind season 8. And anyway, guys, if you like the video, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns, and you subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, and anything you guys watching this video. Peace.